Listen, every breakthrough in life begins with a stopping point, a moment where you decide, I'm done living like this. I'm done tolerating this. I'm done being less than I can be. Success doesn't start with what you add. Success starts with what you remove. People think success is about working harder, adding more habits, adding more routines, adding more books, more strategies, more information, but the truth is, most people are drowning not because of what they lack, but because of what they refuse to let go of. And today, I want to give you something simple, something powerful, something that will shift your entire trajectory if you apply it. Stop these three things, and your life will transform, not maybe, and not someday, and not if you're lucky. It will happen, because these three things are the anchors that keep people stuck, scared, and small. Let's begin. -1, stop waiting for the perfect moment if you want to succeed, if you want to build the life you've imagined, if you want to break cycles your family has lived in for generations. You must stop waiting. Stop waiting for signs, stop waiting for motivation, stop waiting for the right day, stop waiting for courage, stop waiting for validation, because here's the truth, the perfect moment is never coming. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. They act even when they're scared, they act even when they're unsure, they act even when they don't feel ready, and here's the secret no guru wants to say out loud, nobody ever feels 100% ready. Not even the greats, not the billionaires, not the athletes, not the entrepreneurs, not the leaders who changed history. Read biographies, listen to interviews. Every single one of them started with fear in their stomach, uncertainty in their mind, shaking hands, and a desperate hope that somehow, someway, they'd figure it out. But what separates them from everyone else? They moved anyway, while others waited for Monday, while others waited for January 1, while others waited for motivation, for energy, for clarity, for the right time. The winners acted, they experimented. They failed, they adjusted, they grew. Waiting is the ultimate killer of dreams. Waiting is silent. Waiting feels harmless. Waiting feels responsible. Waiting feels smart. But it is the most dangerous habit on earth because waiting becomes a lifestyle. 1 week becomes a month. 1 month becomes a year. 1 year becomes a decade. And suddenly you're looking at your life saying, what if I had started earlier? What could I have become? What did I waste? So today, right here, right now, I want you to make a decision. I don't wait anymore. I move, I act, I begin even imperfectly, because imperfect action is always better than perfect intention. Let it sink in. -2, stop seeking approval from people who don't even believe in themselves. This one is heavy, because we all do it. Somewhere deep inside we crave validation. We want someone to say, you're doing the right thing. You're good enough, you have what it takes. But here's the brutal truth. Most people can't see your vision because it wasn't given to them. Most people judge your path based on their fears, not your potential. Most people project their limitations onto your dreams. Most people aren't rooting against you, they're just scared for themselves. And yet, you give them power over your destiny. You shrink your ideas so they feel comfortable. You silence your ambition so they don't call you crazy. You lower your standards so they won't call you arrogant. You hide your dreams so they won't call you delusional. Stop. Just stop. You cannot live your purpose while living for permission. You cannot become unstoppable while seeking approval. You cannot build greatness while protecting the insecurities of others. The people whose opinions you fear, are they living the life you want? Are they fulfilled? Are they growing? Are they successful? If they're not, why give them authority over your destiny? Imagine this. If a bird listened to every animal that couldn't fly, it would spend its whole life walking. If a lion listened to every fearful animal, it would starve instead of hunt. If the Wright brothers listened to the experts, we would have never had airplanes. If people listened to the critics, we'd never have innovation, art, discovery, progress. Your breakthrough will offend people who settled. Your discipline will threaten people who quit. Your consistency will bother people who procrastinate. Your ambition will intimidate people who gave up. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand you. Let them roll their eyes. Let them say what they want. Because someday they'll say, I always knew you'd make it. That's how people are. So from today, stop seeking approval. Stop explaining yourself. Stop proving yourself. You don't need permission to be great. -3, stop fearing failure. The real prison, you must destroy this one. You must kill it. You must rip it out of your nervous system. Because failure is the single biggest reason people die with regrets. Not because they failed too much, but because they failed too little. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is your greatest ally. Failure is feedback. Failure is direction. Failure is refinement. Failure is education that life gives you for free. You learn nothing from perfection. You learn everything from mistakes. But society has trained you to fear failure. School punished failure. Parents warned you about failure. Friends laughed at failure. So now you avoid risk. You avoid challenge. You avoid pressure. You avoid discomfort. And you call it being realistic. But the truth, fear of failure is the cage that keeps your greatness locked away. Look at anyone you admire, athletes, creators, leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, performers. Every single one of them failed more times than most people ever tried. Michael Jordan missed more shots than he made. Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Oprah was told she wasn't good for TV. Colonel Sanders was rejected hundreds of times. Disney was told he lacked creativity, and you're afraid of trying once. Your dream requires courage. Your success requires rejection. Your destiny requires resilience. Stop worshiping comfort. Stop avoiding embarrassment. Stop protecting your ego. You can't grow while staying safe. You can't succeed while avoiding risk. You can't win while fearing loss. From today, fail boldly, fail forward, fail loudly, fail often, because every failure takes you one step closer to who you're meant to become. The truth you must remember if you stop these 3 things waiting, seeking approval, fearing failure, your life will shift dramatically. Your energy will return. Your confidence will rise. Your clarity will sharpen. Your courage will expand. Your discipline will grow. Your vision will awaken. Your identity will evolve. Success is not reserved for the lucky. Success is reserved for the bold, the willing, the consistent. The hungry. Today, I want you to say this out loud. I'm done waiting. I'm done seeking approval. I'm done fearing failure. I choose success. I choose growth. I choose my future. This is your moment. This is your turning point. This is the chapter where everything changes. Not someday, not next week, not next year, right now, because success starts with a decision. And you just made yours.